everyone, Chef Tovia here today. I'm going to show you how to make pork chops in a mushroom gravy sauce. So let's go ahead and start this recipe. You'll be able to find all the ingredients you need in the description box. As for the sake of time, I've already started heating up here olive oil, and there's 2 tablespoons of that and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And I began to sort of brown the butter. And I have 6 pork chops. I've seasoned them evenly both sides with salt, pepper, and oregano. And these are like a 1/4 inch thick. So what I'm gonna do is just place them into the pan. Okay. I'm gonna cook these for 2 minutes on both sides. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes. Flip it. And then cook it for another 2 minutes. Also, preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so it's been another 2 minutes. And take them out of the pan, and I'm going to put this in the pan that I've lined with foil. I know that these are not done, but they're going to finish cooking in the oven. Your pork chops are twice the size. Cook them 4 minutes on both sides. So, cook the remaining pork chops the same way. Alright, so pork chops is done. Turn the heat down to medium. Now to the pan, I am going to add 1 small onion that I kind of just chopped, and 1 stick of celery that I've sort of cut up. Stir everything in. And I have here about 1.5 cups of sliced mushrooms, and I have a few cherry tomatoes that are added to it. I do apologize if this is a little dark in the end. So this is coming to a boil. So now I have here 0% milk. I'm going to add about 1 cup of 0% milk. Many of these recipes call for flour, but I decided to keep this gluten-free. I have some gluten-free subscribers. So I will be bringing you guys some gluten-free recipes. So as this is coming back to a boil, here I have a cup of water that I mixed with like 2.5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Cold water. Don't use hot water because it will not be smooth if you use hot water on cornstarch. So we're not going to add all of this to the mushroom sauce here. So once it comes to a boil, we're going to slowly add some just to get it to the right consistency that we're looking for. So once this comes back to a boil, I'll be right back. Okay, so I've came to a boil. Slowly add some of the water and cornstarch mixture. If some of your cornstarch settle to the bottom of the bowl, just re-whisk it. So I'm going to add half of it and give this a mix. And as this is now coming back to a boil again, I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I won't need any salt because I use this vegetable stock. Now see, it's starting to get a little bit thick. It's not as thick as I would like it to be. So I'm going to add a little bit more of my cornstarch water mixture. And let's see how thick it becomes. Not as quite as thick as I would want it to be. So I'm going to add the rest of this. And if it's still not thick enough, I'll just add a little bit more cornstarch water. I'll make up another mixture. But this is good because you want it to be sort of runny. Okay, so this has been going for about 3 minutes and you see it has body. It's not too runny. It's just sort of thick. And also I did continue to stir this because this is milk and you don't want this to scorch. Alright. Final thing I'm going to add to this before we transfer it is 1/4 teaspoon of dried thyme. Mix that in. So before I add the mushroom sauce, I wanted to add some veggies to this. So I just want to arrange this. So what I'm going to do is I have some broccoli and carrots here. And I'm going to place some of the pork chops. Just arrange it so everything looks presentable. We are. And place some of the carrots on top here. Okay, so now we're going to pour the mushroom sauce over the top of this. Easy peasy. Okay. I'm going to scrape all that out. You can see all those bits of garlic and onions and celery. And this is a comfort food that's a little bit less fat. And instead of using flour, we do have cornstarch, and it's gluten-free. Not much salt has been used. Next step is to cover this up with foil. Cook this in a preheated 400-degree oven. Once you put it inside the oven, drop the temperature down to 350 immediately and bake this for. So this is the final of the pork chops and mushroom sauce. So I'm going to give this a taste. I served this with a baked potato that I just scooped out the inside of the peeling. One thing I do want to tell you guys, I did cook it for about 30 minutes. And I did take the temperature to make sure it's 165. So let's give this a taste. Have to get a mushroom. This is really delicious. It's tender and it's full of a lot of flavor, and they have a nice sauce from the veggies that I added in the beginning. I hope you guys try this recipe and enjoy it. Please do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Remember to live and be well. Do all you can to stop all bullying and abuse. Thanks for watching.